Okay, hello, and welcome everyone to the Alliance live show 121. Ready to rock and roll here. we've got a few things to discuss. Happy holidays to everybody, and since I probably won't get to speak to you guys, in the next couple days, a happy New Year to everyone, and I wish everybody the best. First and foremost, we have the full panel here tonight, so that's awesome. I'm excited for the show, so we'll get started here. Good old Maurice from Operation Metaverse is obviously the longtime co-host of the Alliance Live Show. How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. How you guys doing?
Pretty good. Can't complain. I just been trying, like I said, I've been trying to record this review of The Rise of Skywalker for like a week now, and every time I sit down and record like an hour worth of footage, it seems to just come back as a corrupted file, so I need to try it again. But it's been good otherwise. I've been off of work a little bit, just been hanging out with the family. Good times. Maurice, can you post the stuff in the Discord?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool. And we're also joined by the lovely and talented and beautiful RangerJ1999.
I'm so sexy, it hurts people when I walk in the room.
And the even more lovely and beautiful Avinash. How you doing, Abby?
There we go. Made up for it by saying that I'm the best. So
Don't be
I'm
nice
satisfied with that.
We already know what this dick hole is not bad today. I can't get J-Rank Skywalker. Well, how many times do you attempt it? Well, for about 30 minutes.
No, I was kidding. I probably put like an hour and a half into it, but I mean, I only. It took me a while to
now.
It
E2 Brutus.
It took me a while to beat the ship event. I beat the ship event.
It took you a while to do the ship.
The ship part. Yeah, because I mean, I was
Words are hard at the moment.
I was running the Mace Windu ship. And honestly, I had to level up. First of all, I'm disgusted that I had to gear Mace Windu to 12. I've avoided gearing up Mace Windu for the longest time, and now I finally was able to do that. So if they ever do a rework to Mace Windu, I'll be happy because I put gear on him now. But I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Maybe when the Clone Wars stuff comes back. But yeah, I don't know. I'll try again in front of you guys, but it's gonna be despicable. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a joke.
You just got to go in there and you got to suck it up and take your man pills like a man and take that beating. An hour. I sat there for 15 hours and sucked it up. And I know good Maurice had a jolly old time with it too. So you shut your pie hole, you get in there, and you get your ass slapped around like the rest of us did. I tried for half an hour.
Well, yeah, and if you're gonna fibble the time you spent, like shoot for the stars, man. Go for like 4 or 5 hours. I'll try to buy an hour.
Yeah. Why lie? Why lie? There's no reason. There's no reason for that. Listen, I mean, honestly, I tried a little bit, but I'm clearly under geared. I need to have gear 13 relic characters, and I'm not there.
Did you put? Are there 4 dot mods and 3 dot mods on your characters?
I reworked the mods on Ahsoka Tano Padawan. Okay.
I didn't ask that. I said all your characters are there 3 or 4 dot mods on your.
There's.
Pull up your characters right now. Let's just go look. Let's just go look at all your. I want to see this right now because I really, oh my god, I really have a bad feeling. I have a bad feeling about this, Maurice and Avinash, about what we're going to see. I'm on delay here, but
Galactic Republic. Okay.
Yeah, let's go to Galactic Republic. Okay.
All right, so we're looking at first of
all, just pull up mods. Just hit the mods button there in the center, and we'll look at all the mods there, and we'll see what who's got what.
Okay. So, I'm still at P2, so the clones I haven't needed yet.
Well, no, you don't have to worry about the clones. So, all right, let me see. So
there is a
Shakti's fine. Okay, Shakti's fine. Let's see, Ahsoka. Ahsoka looks good. Padme looks good.
General.
God damn it! Get your ass back to Kenobi. Quit trying to hide that.
But listen, I'm not hiding.
How dare you, sir?
Listen, check it out. Okay.
What's that mod? What is that triangle?
It's 16 speed.
On Kenobi. He
Yes.
needs protection and health.
It's crit,
He doesn't need speed.
and crit damage. Yeah,
Check
like
it-
you
Yeah,
don't.
he needs crit chance. What I mean, when I think of offensive characters, I think of General Kenobi.
Yeah, check this out. Just to make you laugh. It really does have 16 speed.
I don't.
It really does have 16.
For the love of God, why is there a crit chance, crit damage set on Kenobi?
Oh my gosh.
Get those goddamn tenacity, health, and defensive mods on him, and go all protection. What are you doing? No wonder you're getting skunked. Oh my God, he barely has 100,000
Wow.
total health and protection.
General Kenobi lay in the wood, just with the crit damage. Lay in the, just.
But guys,
I don't want to tank. I want to be a hero like the game and do lots of damage.
but
At
guys,
the
you gotta-
absolute bare minimum, you need 16% health circles on all of your Padme team.
Yeah.
Like at bare minimum, and that's still going to take you hours and hours. Like you're not fueling enough protection up to stand a chance. Like you need lots and lots of health, lots of health.
I would say a plethora of health.
I don't think even if I was able to get past the the B2.
And Ahsoka! Wait a minute! And Ahsoka has defensive mods!
That's
Defensive on Ahsoka should be on Kenobi! And the one oh my god! Oh my god, I
but
can't.
that's all I had, and they had
What-
good,
what
they, had
is-
good, they had good
Put
rolls on it.
two the rock characters!
Yeah, you just got man. You just gotta like you're gonna bang your head. Like I wouldn't even. Next time, you'll be ready for next time. It's just I don't.
Next time. Yeah,
There's no shame in that. Yeah, there's no shame in that. Yeah, it's a hard event. Like if you don't have the
Crit
stuff.
damage and crit chance should be on Ahsoka. And those defensive mods and health mods. Oh my god, I can't.
Listen,
Avinash.
these mods are unbelievable. Okay, and you
That's a word. That's a word. That's a word for it.
Okay, you guys are
Unbelievable.
being blessed right now. Okay, with the presence of my mods. Okay.
Avinash. I mean, am I crazy?
I'm speechless.
Look
I'm
at how
speechless.
well modded my ALLINCE Secure is. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Ayla. Oh my god.
Look at how well modded my ALLINCE Secure is.
Well, there's a 3 dot. Well, he's missing a mod. She has the 3 dot, and she's going not.
My ALLINCE Secure is ready for the party. All right, she's ready for the party. But
Can't.
but yeah, no, listen, my view is that this event stinks. Okay, it stinks. All right,
It is true. Yeah.
and it's hard, and I miss the
Yeah.
days where mods didn't matter for these events. you
Well,
know?
they do, and having certain characters geared like we've only been saying for months on this show.
No, you're right. I should have prepared for this a lot better. But honestly, I could have created some mod sets and switched them around, and I think that maybe I do a little better with that, but I don't think.
But I'm trying to understand your thinking. So when you did Ahsoka, what were you thinking, man?
Ahsoka was just, again, I was trying to equip the fastest secondary speeds on her that I could.
Speed doesn't matter, man. It's about damage.
Well, what I saw was, I saw a video about the clash on Camino, and it showed that, like, Ahsoka was going first.
Okay.
No, she doesn't go first.
No. Raymond, I want you to do me a favor. Just anytime you get a chance, pull up my GG page and just copy all the modding that I've done there on your characters. That's it.
Yeah.
Simple. Just you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is go, okay, that's Ahsoka, that's what Ranger's got, I'll put that on. And it's simple.
And then it'll work.
You'll do a lot
Yeah,
better.
sure. Yeah.
So, I mean, just to give you guys a little view of what this looks like from Ramon's life, I'm gonna go in here and just do one quick round and show you
Oh, this will be beautiful.
what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, it's just watch the okay.
So you guys can
Okay.
see.
Who goes first? I'm just trying to say for you anyway, because Padme should go first.
I have Shakti going first. So
Please kill B2.
Well, no, Shaq T going first is fine. Just fuel.
Yeah.
Just have Padme assist. Call Padme to assist.
Right.
That's
Padme always has to assist.
That's what I actually did, because then you can call Padme in to assist. She'll fuel protection up, and then you can cleanse again, and you'll get tons of protection up for the rest of your characters to start stacking that courage.
Why didn't Padme? Why did you not use Padme?
Because I didn't use Padme that time.
And he didn't do the B2 either.
Go kill B2. Dun, 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 dun. Kill B2 immediately. He must die. Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
So this is where it all falls apart, like right here.
Okay. Well, once B2's down. All right. Okay. Okay. So
Retreat.
Oh God! Oh.
Holy crap!
You know
Wow.
why that's happening? Because Kenobi's got crit chance of crit damage on him.
you think the difference in mods is going to make him survive? He needs gear.
Oh, yeah.
About 50, 60,000 health and protection. Yeah.
He should have a minimum of like 160,000 health and protection combined. What relic level is he?
He's 12.
He's gear 12. He's not relicked.
He's gear 12? Oh crap. Okay, that's your first relic right there.
Relics? What are you talking about? You think,
Relic? What a relic!
What a relic.
what are you talking about? Relics? You're acting like we have an embarrassment of riches here or something. I don't have relics. What are you talking about? You know how much of a commitment it is to relics?
Tens of thousands of dollars Remon has this game. It has dick for relics.
Okay, now what you need
You know
to
how
do
many?
is
You know how many? You know how many of these? You know how many of these pieces over here I had to pull to just to get Shakti to gear 12?
Oh God!
Oh my gosh. I think you need to go take a loan out at the bank.
I'm not doing that. Listen, I will take the L on this event, okay? And I spent $50 to get these characters ready and all this stuff to get it done. But I mean, I realize now that it's going to be a few $100.
A lot more than that.
Yeah, I mean, I need to get these guys ready. I need a lot more money. So I'm just gonna throw up the white flag now and say I'm gonna do this over time. And next time I come back, I'm just gonna kick the crap out of it. That's it. I'm just gonna beat the shit out of it. All right. Pardon my French.
Yep.
But I
so we just watched that. So that was fun.
the money line. That's funny. No, I did not get gas. No. Gas is too high end for me. You know, I prefer something more stylish, like an undermodded, Ahsoka Tano Padawan.
Well, with defense and health, because I mean that's really makes.
Your alt got gas. Thanks for rubbing it in there, buddy.
No, rub it in.
My alt's got gas.
Rub it in. Make him feel
okay.
Make it painful. Everybody just tell.
Yeah, I spent. Yeah, I only got one. I got one gas the first time the event came out, and then the other accounts did not get it. There was just no way to do it. And then this time it was like I spent the 3 days actually doing 4 more accounts. So I got them done. They're good. I don't want to ever see this event again.
Oh, you will, because you have more accounts.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell people you can't give me an account that does not have gas on it.
Yeah, that's a good call.
I think I'm just gonna trade one of my. I think I'm just gonna trade my roster with Avinash for one of her alt accounts. And I'm just gonna do that.
No.
I'm just gonna reach out to Abby and be like, Abby,
you have to learn how to mod, man.
Please, just give me a free roster. Like Gussie over there. Gussie got inherited a roster with a
Gussie the whale. Yeah, Gussie the whale.
Gussie's a whale now.
One of my accounts I split with the original owner. He logs in once in a while and stuff. Panda. You know who Panda is.
Oh yeah.
So I've got Panda's account. So we got gas on Panda, and then apparently Panda got a little inebriated the other night and decided to completely 7-star gas and get him to G13. And he sent me a screenshot of the in-game, it's like Panda, gear this, da-da-da-da, gear that, da-da-da-da, Zeta, gear. So it was great. He says, I really shouldn't play this game while I'm drunk.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So, but that was fine with me because I didn't have to worry about it.
No.
Yeah, listen.
I've been in a few voice chats with a drunk Panda. It is entertaining.
It's entertaining. It's hilarious. Yeah.
I remember we got Panda to go dive in his pool during the winter to get Cheeky Cutie into a hot tub one night. That was the bet. He had to do it, and he did it. He did it for the team. Panda's a good lad.
Yes.
But yeah, so I want to kind of dive into the topic here. Besides my crap mods, let's talk about what's coming next. So, I mean, obviously they've reskinned TB and they've reskinned TW in the form of GA, and they've done a lot of reskinning. But have we seen the last of content that we're going to get? Where we're actually going to get something new? Because
I know on the horizon.
There's just not any real hints. There's guesses by the players, but there's just nothing out there that's enticing us in any way regarding absolute new content.
Yeah. I mean, the last new thing was I guess Grand Arena, but I mean, I would say, really the release of TW and TB was the last new thing that we got in the game. I mean, I don't consider Grand Arena Grand Arena is new. Yes, it is new. It's a relatively newer thing because it is different than TW, but it's pretty much TW. So, I mean, it's not like a new concept. I would like to see a new concept, entirely, something different. I don't know what the deal is with that. But, I mean, do you guys see... Didn't they say they were doing a raid a few months back, and then we haven't heard anything about it since? Didn't they say something about a raid? Maybe... Weren't we talking about Death Star or something a few months ago?
We were talking about Death Star.
We're always talking about Death Star.
We were always... Yeah, we were contemplating on what new content we wanted to see, but we haven't heard anything relating to that at all. They've kept it pretty quiet. That's not a good thing. I don't think it's a good thing. I think it's good to lay some hints out so that it entices people to carry on and look forward maybe to some new content down the road. Being quiet and shut down in regards to this, it just doesn't bode well. I just my opinion on that one.
I don't know. I mean, I'm saying I thought I was kind of thinking in the timeline of things coming that we would get, what's up, Shy Bears? What's up, everybody in the chat, by the way? I hope everybody's doing okay. Happy holidays to everybody. Yeah, I feel like, like he said here, the last real, content we got was the Heroic Sith raid last year. And I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of disappointed. I thought that when they mentioned there was a possibility of a new raid or raid type event coming, it wasn't just going to be a character type event like the Galactic Chase or Galactic, Galactic Conflict or whatever they're called, Galactic Confrontation, Epic Confrontation. That's not an event to me. I'm thinking of they're going to release some that actually that's what that is. That's an event, but it's not a game mode. I would like to see a new game mode. And really, the last time they invented a whole new game mode in the game, besides they've released new raids, and again, a raid is cool. It is something new, a new playable piece of content in the game. But I mean, the last time they invented something new was ships, really, right? I mean, ships was a whole new board on the game. It was they had to create something fresh there, And that must have taken a long time to do. I don't know if they're going to do anything like that. I don't think we're ever going to get something that big again. What do you guys think? I mean,
you just played live on the stream content that came out 4 months ago. People in the chat are saying that heroic Sith raid was the last content. That's not true at all. You just played the gas event. That's 4 months old. You know, we've got these Kylo Ren and Rey characters coming. They did announce a new raid. They said it would be at the beginning of, I guess, 2020. You know, they have every Q&A. They seem to get more and more enthusiastic about some sort of sandbox mode. You know, we've had, while TBs are reskins, it is new content. You know, I mean, it's no different than any other game. Like it's you know, like anything new that comes out is basically a reskin of something else. You know, any sort of event is just kind of the same.
I have high expectations. Okay, don't get me wrong. I have high expectations. I'm not saying that you're wrong. You're right. There is content that's coming out. Okay, they're releasing epic confrontations. They're releasing character events, and that's what we want. We like characters, right? So releasing new characters is cool. But what I'm saying is that there is. This game so they're about to make, I believe in 2020, they're going to cross the $1 billion mark in revenue for this game, right? So I saw an article the other day.
Yep.
That they're at like 990 million or something. You know, like they're almost there. So
I think if they do get the cheating. If the cheating does get kind of under wraps, then we could see tournaments again. Kyray's talking about it in Dragon Champions. It's identical to the way Star Wars tournaments were. You know, and it doesn't. If they're going to do tournaments, they're going to have to make money, right? So that either means that there's going to be a pay to refresh with crystals, or they're going to put a new character in there. Like, you know, so like it's going to be behind a paywall.
But when a mobile game makes $1 billion, shouldn't they constantly be? I mean, shouldn't they just up the staff and be like, you know, pumping new content out? I mean, there should be, you know, tons of shit, you know, like stuff like ships coming out, you know, like a whole new game mode, you know. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But, you know, I mean, they're making enough revenue, I think, off the game where. You know, I don't think we should be seeing only reskins for the remainder of time. And I understand a raid would be kind of a new thing, but what about a whole nother thing? Like something besides a raid, something besides, you know, some completely new, you know, style of event. You know, like you said, you know, we've talked about lots of different ideas out there, like a gauntlet mode or, you know, there's lots of ways they could go about it, but. A sandbox mode. I mean, obviously, again, they have to find some way to make profit off of it. But I think besides just making profit off of it, they need to find a way to make people happy so that, you know, the game has more longevity. You know, and maybe that's not what they're thinking is. Maybe they're thinking is, you know, cut it off in a year and we'll just make Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes 2.
Well, just to play counterpoint, simply to play counterpoint, they have made $1 billion now doing it their way. You know, they don't. So, you know, so all the YouTubers, everybody in the Discords, everyone that plays the game can complain about content. But if they continue to spend, then why do they really? You know, I don't think there's an urgency to push it out. You know, I think things are coming. It's not. I don't think we're going to see anything the first quarter of this year, though. I think it. You know, probably March or April. We might get like, you know, a new raid, maybe some sort of new game mode. You know, we'll see where the Galactic characters, these two new characters that nobody has any information on, we'll see which direction that goes. I'd imagine it's just going to be another legendary hero's journey type of thing, but, you know, maybe they got something different planned for that, so we'll see.
How would you feel about them making Galactic War hard again?
That would be fine with me. Because I think that would be great, actually, because you still have the option to sim it, right? Like, if it's tough, you can just sim it, who cares? But, like, I would love to have.
Yeah, I would love to have. Yeah.
Somewhere to test my teams against PvE characters where I'm not one-shotting them. You know, like you bring it into Galactic War now, or even the hardest of the hard light side, dark side Cantina nodes. You know, Gear 13 relic characters just one-shot the whole board. You can't tell anything about your team. You know, so just something we could test our teams against. Like, remember when Galactic War was hard, it was that you like use little filler teams, but you save your team you're trying to test or your very best teams for like that 9th and 12th node, you know. Yeah. So like you had a little bit of a test there just to see if your team was competent or not. If you lost in the 9th node, then you need to go back to the drawing board because your team sucks, right? So you tried again. I did used to enjoy that.
Well, remember whatever it was that if you did, I don't remember what it was, but it was like Node 12 became super simple.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you remember what it was that caused that? I can't remember.
There was something like back because certain
Power?
stats. Yeah, certain
power?
stats. Yeah, certain stats carried higher power, like protection. Like, because I remember Sunfac and Night Sister Initiate and all those characters that we like, the tankier characters were always at the top of your list. So you could like bug out GW by like doing an arena battle with your 5 strongest power characters, and that it would really bug it out. I remember that. Sunfac was the king of breaking GW.
Oh God, I loved Sunfac. Yeah, I remember that Node 11 and 12 were super simple to me for a long time, for a while, and I didn't know why, and nobody else could figure it out either. So I was just glad, and I sure as heck wasn't going to say anything to CG about it, because it was tough. It was tough back then. You know, because you went up against teams like Skycrack and stuff. Man, I remember every time I saw his name, it was like, forget it.
Do you remember when your guild would require you to do like 36 nodes of GW in one day?
Yes.
But, you know, like if you're in a hurry, you know, let's say you don't have an hour and a half to spend on GW, like you still have the option to sim it and get your rewards, right? Like that, I don't think they should change that aspect of it. But if you want to play it, at least have it challenging. You know, even just have that kick in once you have the ability to sim it. You know, like just you don't want to scare away the newer players by making it grueling like it used to be. There's so much to do in game already.
Right.
So I mean, maybe keep it easy until you reach that symbol point. Then maybe, you know, I don't know, flip a switch or something in the game and it goes back to the old. I don't know. I don't think that would ever happen, but it's, you know, it'd be nice. The first tournaments were fun. Yes, indeed they were.
So what do you think about? We touched on this last week a little bit, but what do you think about the upcoming character events for Rey and Kylo Ren? You know, we were discussing this a little bit before the stream. Maurice has kind of an interesting take on the 15 characters that are in there. So what do you think about that?
Well, a couple weeks ago, it wasn't the latest one, but I think it was the one from second or third week of December. Shattered Order podcast went into pretty detailed. Just giving their insight on it. I think the Good Night Punk is onto something. If you guys open it up and look in the game, like open your journey guide up and look at the Grandmaster Yoda event, it has all of the Jedi there, every single Jedi in the game, but you only need 5 of them, right? So I think that was an interesting point he made. You might not need 15 different characters. You might just need 5 of the available, whatever's going to be in there. Now, I do think, like we were talking before, I do think the threshold for power is going to be ridiculous. Like, you're probably going to need Relic 5 plus at least on all the characters.
Probably 22K, yeah.
Yeah, but you may only need 5 of the characters. There's not 5 ships in either of the factions. I guess we're assuming that First Order and Resistance are going to be required. But you know, I don't know. I mean, it could be something like Sith are required for one of the, you know, something. It could be something completely out of left, you know, that we're not expecting as well. But I'm kind of anticipating only needing 5 characters, just really, really, really well geared, modded, and ready to go. Far probably more difficult than the gas event that you just tried. So, because it needs to be difficult, like because newer players have access to this journey guide, but veteran players like ourselves really have no use for it. Like, we have all that stuff. There might be a legendary or 2 we've missed, but for the most part, we have all these characters. So, you know, it would be, you'd think they'd want the veteran players to get a little bit out of it too, like have something to strive for. I think it's going to be incredibly difficult to get it the very first time. I think we'll probably see even less people have it than they did with gas. But
you know what
we'll
I think,
see.
You know what I think would be the best investment for you, Maurice, would be the Hyperdrive bundle. I think you should purchase it.
Oh gosh, yes, definitely.
I think you should show support to CG by buying the Hyperdrive bundle.
Panda did it while drunk, so
he really did.
Yes, he did. I was like, "Oh my God, there's a ton of gear on here," and I looked and it turns your name gold and your level gold, and I'm like, "Oh my God, he bought the Hyper bundle."
What happens? So what happens if you buy the Hyperdrive bundle, right? I mean, do you think it would be just turning it into shard shop currency?
Nope, it does not.
It doesn't turn the character shards into shard shop currency?
Nope, it does not.
You're kidding
it completely
me.
disappears. No. Yeah, all you get is basically the resources.
Right.
You do not get the characters.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking to myself that might make it actually worth it. You know what I mean? Because of all the shard shop currency, you could probably get a lot of gear with that stuff. If you're talking about every character in the game,
if you have characters that are not 7 stars, that's going to help benefit you. However, in a price breakdown in terms of the bundle, if you eliminate the tunes itself, the actual price of just like the gear and some of the resources ends up being about $200. So you actually are saving money, a lot of money on that. You just get ripped off because you don't get the tune shards, but the gear and the crystals and the salvage for everything, it ends up being worth it.
Okay.
Oh, like if you guys like unlock a character, let's say you unlock, gas this time around, and you're gonna spend $100 on a vault to buy specifically just for gear anyway, you're better off buying the Hyperdrive bundle. You do get a lot more. Like if you're going to buy a vault with the intention of spending it all on gear to power gear a character, Hyperdrive bundle is much better. So.
It's really actually pretty good because it's got some of the rarer type gear in there that's not just hard to get, but you have to spend a lot. A lot of characters need that, but I thought it was worth it.
If you spend money on the game, it's good. If you do not spend money on the then there's no need.
Yeah, a vault compared to those hyper bundles, especially if you're missing some of the shards, right? Are those characters? It's well worth it. You just have to be careful. Understand where you're at in the game before you go purchasing those. But if you're going to spend $100, crystals versus that bundle, I think the bundle's pretty solid, especially if you don't have a lot of those characters unlocked or you haven't even started working on them. At least get them to a certain star level. Yeah, then it's absolutely. I mean, but see, like someone like me, other than gear, which it's still good value, it just doesn't do anything for me. Half the stuff I'm not going to use with the character shards. I get nothing for it, so it just would be for gear. But I'm okay. So no, that, and I've already said I'm not spending more money in this game. So thus negating the possibility of me buying the Hyperdrive.
Yeah, well, I determined that I like an inebriated panda, so.
Yes, inebriated pandas, we need more of them.
Where's Panda been? Has he been hanging out in voice chats? I need that location so I can come pester him.
Well, the next time he pops into one of my voice chats, I'll let you know on that. Sometimes he pops in. He's kind of semi-retired. He wanted to stay at least until he got his 100th relic, to which he got 101 now. But I have a feeling he's still not going to fully retire.
No, but from time to time, like, what do I need for this? What do I need for that?
Exactly. And so, I just kind of help him out when he's super busy, and he seems to like it that way. So it's good.
All right. Good on him.
So, just going back to what Maurice was saying as far as the character requirements for the Rey and Kylo events are concerned, let me just pull that up here in the journey guide. So, we're saying we're probably going to get Kylo first. So he's saying that basically these 15 characters could be just characters that are in the game that could be equipped. Maybe you only need 5, right? But while that is a possibility, I have to say that the recent trend, obviously, with what's happening with Skywalker, or General Anakin, is that they're requiring a lot more characters. So I do feel like these new First Order characters are going to be required. I think Hux and First Order Trooper are going to be required. And then maybe you're right. Maybe the rest will be any character that you want. But they're still going to be behind a paywall.
Yeah, you might need those 2 characters just simply because they are superior to First Order TIE Pilot and, some of the older characters and Phasma and stuff. Those 2 characters, Hux especially, are way better than the initial First Order characters. Sith Trooper is pretty nasty. He's pretty good. So I don't know. We'll see. I could be way wrong. You can need them all, and then you can need the 5 ships. Who knows?
I tell you, I want Galactic Legend Kylo Ren. I want him.
I do too, man.
I want him. I just want him. All right, but well, by the way, I didn't get to. Did you guys all get a chance to see the movie yet?
Oh yes.
Nope.
What about,
No, but I know everything that goes on. So,
Maurice, did you see
Christmas Eve, I was supposed to go. Where I was with my family. We were going to take a family trip to the movies.
Maurice, I am so disappointed in you. I am disappointed in you.
I have an 11-year-old sister sister niece, and my mom, mom/grandma put the nix on it when she found out it was PG-13. So, being 11, I don't know. It's not my call, but I don't know. PG-13. She's seen the other two. I don't know why this one would be any different. Maybe because of the kiss or something. I don't know. I don't.
What?
Well, parents.
I don't know why it's rated PG-13.
We can't. Let's not dive into too many spoilers because not everybody's seen it. But I mean, nonetheless, I love the movie. I'm just going to share my thoughts about it. I loved it. Like I said, I tried to record a review on this 3 times, and I spent an hour each time recording the review, and then the file wasn't available for me to edit anymore after I was done with the recording. So I got to do it again. I'm going to try again tonight and after the live stream and see if I can get it done.
Oh, yeah, I really like the movie too. So yeah, I thought it was.
I was wondering if you were going to like it or not because I know you liked The Last Jedi. So it kind of retconned a lot of stuff from that movie. You know what I'm saying?
But I wasn't I'm not super into The Last Jedi. I thought it was a good movie. It's not one of my favorites, but I didn't hate it either. So I was kind of like, it's pretty good. That's how I kind of felt about Last Jedi. I did have problems with The Last Jedi, but I didn't hate it. But The Rise of Skywalker, and I understand it's a crazy movie, but I loved it. It gave me a lot of feels. I do understand the complaints about it. There's some stuff that makes me scratch my head when I watch it. Like, you did what?
No, there are definitely some things that are like, wow, like I can't believe the decision that they made.
I mean, they didn't even foreplay. They just went right for the nookie. I mean, good.
Yeah. They did.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You just okay. So we're doing this. Okay, let's just go with it.
This is totally happening right now. Yeah.
But yeah, The Last Jedi, it has a lot more. I have a lot more problems with The Last Jedi. I do not do The Rise of Skywalker, but I don't care that. I don't get into any of that. I just watched the movie for the movie itself, and it was good. It's in the middle of where I rank my Star Wars movies.
For those of you that don't know that Palpatine is in this movie, I'm sorry.
Everybody knows he's in the movie. They showed it.
Palpatine's in the movie, okay? But when
don't say anything else.
To me, one of the most upsetting things to me.
You're going to spoil it.
No, I'm not going to spoil anything. This is when the characters find out about Palpatine being alive still, right? Like that he's
You're
still.
You're spoiling the movie.
Well, how am I spoiling the movie? They know Palpatine is in it.
Yeah, but you're getting characters' reactions and stuff like that. Don't say anything. Just say I like.
No. I'm not going to talk about their reactions. I'm disappointed that Luke isn't there to react to Palpatine being alive. I'm saying like that would have been more powerful to me than seeing Rey or Finn react to Palpatine being alive. I mean, Luke saw the guy get thrown down a freaking shaft. You know what I'm saying? So it's like him being there and being like, Palpatine is alive. That would have been epic to see his reaction. When you're
spoiling the movie.
I'm not spoiling
Remind, you're spoiling the movie. You just said it would have been a certain way, a certain.
I'm not spoiling anything. So I mean, listen, I understand what you're saying.
Oh my lord!
I'm not spoiling anything. There's no spoilers here.
Dr. Gonzo says throw Ramon down the shaft.
There's no spoilers here.
Everybody. I know Luke Skywalker didn't react to Palpatine. Wait,
But listen, guys. Okay, Luke Skywalker died in a movie 2 years ago. Okay, and Palpatine is in the movie. So
Rewind.
That's not a spoiler. That's not a spoiler. Okay, what are you talking about? Okay, these are all facts. All right, this is not a spoiler. All right?
You're spoiling the shit
saying
out
that
of the movie.
Saying that I wish that Luke was still alive in the final movie to add more levity to some of the reactions to some of these things would be cool. There's nothing wrong with saying that. This is absolutely. I stand by my statement, and anybody who disagrees with me. I'm not walking a tightrope. This is non-spoiler.
You're not walking tightrope at all.
No.
You leaped over top of the tightrope.
Oh my god!
How did I blurt out a spoiler a month ago before the movie came out? I didn't even know what's going on in the movie a month ago. How did I?
When Rima goes back, just when you let's just leave it. Rima, when you go back and listen, you'll see something.
Okay, guys.
My husband just walked in the room and he's like, "What the hell is going on?"
All right. You know what? I give up. Okay, I give up. You're right.
But
I'm a big spoiler.
like
I'm a big spoiler. I'm not going to talk about the movie anymore. You know, listen, if you're a Star Wars fan and you're in this chat, you should have seen the movie already. Maurice, shame on you. Avi, shame on you. And shame on anybody in the chat that hasn't seen Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker yet. Unless you've been physically unable to do it for some, like if you're away in the military, okay, or something like that, then that makes sense, okay? But if you've been physically able to go see it and you decided not to, shame on you, okay? It's a saga film, all right? It's Christmas. It's part of the situation here. It's part of the tradition. Okay, you guys got to do this. But I'm done. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Obviously, I'm spoiling too much. But you know, so
if you guys talk spoilers, you can. I'm totally down.
Letting you guys know, you know, that Luke died a couple years ago. So for those of you that haven't seen The Last Jedi, spoilers. Okay,
it has nothing to do. It's not that part of it that you're spoiling. Let it go. I have saved you. Unless you want to get into spoilers, we can make this spoilery. And I'll go all in depth and then explain why you did, but I can't.
People will get upset. But we could have that conversation. We could do that. But not on this show. I'd want to. That would be a whole. I could literally dive into that conversation with you, brother, for like 2 hours. Okay, about this movie. And there is a lot of cool stuff. So I bought the Rise of Skywalker visual dictionary, and there is so much more content about the movie in this book. Now I don't know.
They usually do.
Now I don't know how many of you guys agree with being able to consume your content not in the movie, but actually in the book that follows the movie. But there is a lot of stuff that explains. So any of you that want answers to some of the stuff about like Snoke and Palpatine and the Sith and all these different things that you may not get out of the movie, there is a lot of data in that book. It explains a lot about the Knights of Ren. It explains a lot about the like all the backstory, and it kind of ties things together. And they're also releasing new comics now over the last couple of weeks that are explaining more about the Knights of Ren and their history, and then also how Snoke and Kylo met. You're actually seeing like when the way Kylo and Snoke started, leading the First Order. So,
sure.
But there's a lot of stuff because I was still, after I left the movie, I felt like there were some missing pieces. I was like Palpatine and Snoke. Like there was a lot of things, and then this explains it. It explains a lot of stuff, and if you put the pieces all together, being that I don't believe that this was their plan from the beginning. Like I don't think that they planned a 3 movies timeline or a storyline. I think that each director did their own thing. I believe that they tied it up the best way that they could, and I think that they did a very fantastic job. The scenes with Leia in the movie, I think, came out great. I think everything was great. I think it was a good movie. It was nonstop action from start to finish. There were a couple things though that were like, okay, there's a couple things that they excluded that I would have liked to have seen, and there were a couple things that they did that I think that they could have excluded, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But all right, that's enough Rise of Skywalker talk. I'm dancing the line here, okay? I'm dancing the line.
I thought you were about to break it all down. I thought you were about to...
Yeah. And then we get into the Mando. Let's break that shit down by not spoiling.
The Mando is awesome, man. I love the Mando. Did you see the last episode? Did you see the last episode?
Yes.
Oh, man, it's so awesome. Oh, man, it's so awesome.
Don't say another...
Oh man, that last scene is so awesome. I love that show, man. Baby Yoda is great. Baby Yoda is great. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I hope that show is promising. That show that can save Star Wars, guys. That can save Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a cool show, and there's a lot of, since Filoni's on that show, there is a lot of ways they could go with that show. I mean, they could bring back Ahsoka into that show. They could make Ahsoka live action on that show. I don't know how they would do that. Maybe they'd have to get an actor to play Ahsoka, and then they'd have the girl that did the voice for Ahsoka, like, just dub in the voice for her. I mean, maybe that's what they would do. I don't know how they would do that, but I think that they could totally bring Ahsoka in there. They could maybe even conclude the whole Thrawn, Ahsoka, Ezra story in.
We'll see.
In that show. You know what I'm saying?
We'll see.
But
I am so glad that it was not a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I am so glad. I think that so many people would have been really upset about that.
No, Ray Rock. We're not spoiling anything about The Mandalorian. I promise you, I won't say anything.
Let's get to the top 5 list. Go
You're on the verge of.
It just.
I'm just saying it was awesome. Saying that it was awesome is not a spoiler, guys. Let's not be so damn PC. Okay, let's calm down here, guys. Okay, there's nothing wrong with saying that a movie was awesome. Okay, if you guys,
I know, man, but I haven't seen you that excited in a long time. I thought you were just going to get so excited you just spill all the beans.
I thought about it, and I thought better. I was like, listen, you guys, Mandalorian, but
Mandalorian, see Rise of Skywalker will definitely. You want a spoiler review? We've already done one.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do a spoiler review. I mean, I'm down to listen. I can sit here and talk 6 ways to Sunday about the Rise of Skywalker and the Mandalorian. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. I literally spent an hour reviewing. I never do an hour just straight. I spent an hour just talking about the Rise of Skywalker, literally detail after detail, my thoughts about it. And then I just went to go check the file to edit it on Adobe, and it was like not there. It was just a 0 megabytes file. I was like, no. All right. And then I did it again. Damn it. Anyway, all right, let's go to the top 5 in the meta. So, after General Skywalker's event, how many more General Skywalkers are there? Not many. Okay, so people still need to get him to 7 stars. People still need to get him to.
I'm still working on them 7 stars.
Relics.
Yeah, he's not good as a leader from 6 stars under.
So, but you can see that he's taken a bit of the pie here. There's, basically, Padme or General Skywalker teams, and I think that by the end of January, you'll see more General Skywalker than you'll see Darth Revan. I think that's what'll happen.
Possibly.
Don't ever cross the streams. That is truth. Did you guys see the Ghostbusters trailer?
No, I haven't.
Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, or are we doing movies?
He say, "Don't cross the streams." Of course, I'm going to talk about Ghostbusters. Come on, man. I mean, it's like my thing. If there's one thing that I love, just as much or even more than Star Wars,
stay on target.
We're gonna rename this stream. Ramon spoils every holiday movie. This is 15 minutes.
All I know is that that trailer for the Ghostbusters movie was awesome. If anybody's an OG Ghostbusters fan, watch that trailer. It's awesome.
So you were saying about the meta?
So
Eyes in the sky.
You were saying about the meta? All right. So I said Grande.
So we were talking about the Skywalker thingy.
So General Skywalker, I think, like I said, by January's end, will probably be the #1 leader in Arena. Or if not, it'll be a combination of Padme and General Skywalker. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. But Darth Traya making her way back onto the list. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Yeah. It's only 17 of them, but still. Interesting.
Hey, God bless him.
Next, we will look at the top 10 squad members at rank 1, and General Skywalker makes his way onto this list also. So, slowly but surely, the clones and General Skywalker are making their way, catching up to these Sith characters. So, again, not a huge shift or change, but, it's nice to see Rex and Fives and Echo and Skywalker on the list. So, looking forward to it.
The Darth Revan teams and gas teams make up the top 10 here, so not a surprise.
Not a surprise. So now we will move on to our top 5 for the week, and this week we are doing top 5 3 versus 3 leaders in Grand Arena.
Oh, interesting.
So, we did top 5 of 2019. I wish I actually saved that for this week for Ranger to be here, but all right, let's.
Oh, sorry, I was spending time with the La Familia.
No. I'm saying I should have made this top 5 last week, and the other one, the New Year's one should have been.
I'm still with my family, and I'm still not streaming for another week, so I'm just popping in when I can. So,
I appreciate you being here.
Interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. You know, good on Maurice. How you liking threes? I can't stand it, even though I'm kicking the shit out of people.
I hate it.
I'm not a huge fan though. But it is interesting just to see. But like anything you learn in this is worthless in every other aspect of the game, right? Like,
yes, it is.
That's what irritates me. Like, oh, I found out a great team that I can use 3 times a year. You know, like fantastic. I could use it once a quarter. You know, that's what irritates me about it.
It's really strange because you know the whole dynamic of threes is it totally contradicts because you're right. You don't use it anywhere else. I mean, it's different, and a lot of people like it, and I get why they like it because it is something different and it really mixes things up. But the problem is, it's like, god damn, like it's Jesus. So I'm interested to see what you guys got for the top 5 here.
I think 3 versus 3 is very inviting to newer players. That you don't have to fill out. That I understand, but I've got 5.5 million GP.
I'm not afraid of a challenge, Gussie. I'm well on my way to. If I win my next 6 matches, I'll be like well past Kyber and like above 50,000 points and all that other stuff.
Well, Gussie thinks he can beat you in Grand Arena. Let's just throw that out there.
When did he say that? You just pulled that straight out of your ass.
I did, but I'm just letting you know that if you spoke to Gussie, he'd tell you that too.
Yeah, and I guarantee that I would back him up on that. Yes, he would say that.
Gussie would tell you that.
Yeah,
he's more than welcome.
Gussie the whale.
Yeah.
Well, if he's a whale, then I ain't for a while.
Your 216% crit damage Kenobi didn't scare him too much.
He just said it. He said, "I'll destroy you," and Ramon's got my back. I told you he would say it. Okay. So moving along to our top 5 here. So top 5 leaders for 3 versus 3. Who do we have here at number 5, Maurice?
Oh, let's pull up here. I believe number 5 is going to be Jedi Knight Revan.
Yep.
Shocker.
Jedi Revan, I even had a hard time putting him on the list. It just, I know a lot of people do depend on him. He's one of the very best characters in the game, but there are just a few characters. Him, General Grievous is another one. They just don't translate. They don't seem to have the power they do in the 3 versus 3 field as he does. It's very good to counter General Grievous, which a lot of people are putting on defense. It's a very fast team. You can bypass pre-taunts, and you can use 3 versus 3. You can use a lot of Jedi. It doesn't have to necessarily be your Bastila Jolie, Grandmaster Yoda. You can kind of throw in just kind of meh like Jedi behind him, and just with the ability to bypass the taunt and mark a character and immediately neutralize them, remove turn meter is very, very valuable. Because in 3 versus 3, if you can instantly give yourself the 3 versus 2 advantage on the first move, that's a huge, huge advantage. And you're probably going to win that match. If not, leave it very manageable.
Yeah, with him with the Grandmaster Yoda Jolie, the deadly combination on 3s. It just is. I mean, call assist with Yoda and just you don't have 5 Jedi, you're going to be calling assist to do you anyway. It will destroy teams. Like I use this Jedi Revan versus. If they put Grievous down, if they don't, then I'm just like, well, you just gave me a free 654 banners because I'll find a team for him to go beat the crap out of. The only one you have to be careful with is, of course, Darth Revan. Because that can come back and bite you in the ass. If it can be done, but it depends on where your relics are and your damages for your Yoda. But yeah, he's pretty badass.
I guess the reason I put him so low is just defensively, it's not doing what it used to.
Right.
Well, because defensively, the AI is retarded.
Yeah,
it does stupid things like it would not. When you play as Jedi Revan, you will dominate. But when the AI does it, it's like, why did you mark that character? Oh, thank you for the win. So it's like,
why did Jolie call Revan to assist and not Yoda? Yes.
Thank you.
That could just simply be, I think people are used to it as well. Like, when we had 3 versus 3 initially, many, many moons ago, when we had those exhibitions, I guess, Jedi Knight Revan was kind of the meta before we got Malik, right? So that was the very best team. I think people got accustomed to beating it, and it's
it's easy to beat on a mirror. It's easy to beat on a mirror, and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Do you think that we've seen the last of Revan? I mean, do you think that we will eventually get a true Revan in the game?
No,
I don't think so. I mean, they pretty much said that they're done with the.
I mean, maybe if the game's still out, that they had talked about, because I remember in their interview, Carrie had said before she left that they had a true Revan in the works. So maybe it's something that's there, but it's in the background and not releasing that for a while. So they're not going to touch the old public stuff for quite a while.
Like I said, when we were first like in the Jedi in the temple on the forums talking about upcoming characters years ago, there was a character that, again, they didn't tell us he was Revan, but it was Revan, right? It was like a light side and dark side character who was able to be used for both light side or dark side. And I mean, that would still be, I still think that would be cool. Whether it's Revan or even another character that they create that can be both light side or dark side, I think, especially with the TBs, being that you're limited with your characters there, it would be nice to have one character that you can use on both ends. That is pretty awesome. So,
Sounds good.
All right, but that is our number 5 leader for 3v3 in Grand Arena. Number 4, we have Darth Traya. So, Darth Traya is pretty OP. I mean, she takes away a little bit of everybody's health, with her unique every single time she dispels one of her allies' debuffs. And, obviously she does a decent amount of damage, and her leader ability works great, especially with the Sith Triumvirate. Now, would you say, Maurice, that her best team with her is Sion and Nihilus? So Sion, Nihilus, Traya. That's the Sith Triumvirate is the team.
It depends. Like, Traya made this list simply because, I mean, if you guys invest in Traya and Sion and gear them to gear 13, maybe put some relics, especially on Traya, and you put crit avoidance arrows on them, they basically, just the two of them, neutralize any sort of counter assist team. Geos, if you have a gear 13 Traya and Sion with crit avoidance arrows on them, they completely neutralize the Geo team. They don't stand a chance. They can take out these countering characters like, maybe some of the lesser Shock T teams. They just destroy in 3 versus 3. I would honestly say that Sith Trooper is probably the better third, just to protect Traya and Sion a little bit longer. Let these characters continue to assist. Let them continue to counter.
It depends on who you're using. Yeah, if you're facing a different team, like say you're using it against a nice sister team, or you sometimes you want Nihilus in there for that analogy.
Yes,
if it's an upper echelon team, but yeah, those 3v3 Geos versus 3v3 Triumphant Geos are going to get destroyed. They don't have the firepower and all those extra assists and damage coming in. But even then, when you get a lot of times you can still use Sith Triumvirate with Sith Trooper 4v5 against Geos. Imagine what 3v3 is. Even if you're running Geonosian, Brood Alpha, and Brood, and say Spy or Soldier, they're going to get destroyed. I mean, that's how good the Sith Triumvirate is, and they can use this team against a lot of players. Isolate, annihilate, remove debuffs, all that stuff. It's pretty potent. They really Sith Triumvirate is a badass team on offense in 3v3. It is nice.
Very, very, very good. It's one of the few teams that I'm comfortable. Like I said, I have a well-developed Sion in Traya now. It's one of the very few teams I'm comfortable going in undersized. Like going undersized at 3 versus 3 takes the balls. If you're not using Wampa, there's really not too much. That you got Wampa, you got Nest, you got, and then ships. You can kind of cheese if somebody puts kind of an easy ship. You can kind of cheese an undersized win by not using a full fleet. So there's very few chances for me personally to get undersized wins, and Traya has been my go-to. It is fun getting some good use out of her. I really, really like the crit avoidance mastery she gets. The spy swoops in, and you can't crit. So with that leadership, the crit avoidance, it's cool to see crit avoidance actually really, really working the way I'm sure it was intended. So it's cool. I've succeeded actually a couple crit avoidance arrows, and it's paid off pretty big for that team.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because I just deleted all my crit avoidance arrows the other day.
You're gonna need it for the gas event, by the way.
You need crit avoidance arrows?
Yes, you do.
I refuse to level up a crit avoidance arrow.
But you'll. Moving on, please. Before I
Just kidding. All right, that's our number 4 character, or number 4 leader for 3v3 Grand Arena. Who do we have over here at number 3, Maurice?
CLS is number 3.
All
You know, we just talked about Trey being excellent offensively. CLS, Han and Chewie,
sick.
Everything in this game mode.
Sick.
It's disgusting. It's so dumb how good. I mean,
Yep.
you can stun any character not named Darth Revan or Padme immediately, and you kind of get the same effect of killing a character. You just stun them, and you just 3 versus 2. It's really, really useful against any team with Rex on it. You know, it's really. I haven't tried it personally against a gas team, but if somebody puts like a 6-star Skywalker down on defense, you know, you can burn him down pretty quick and get to the back too.
It's fun. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, like it's you know, just with CLS alone, just with him, any character in this 3 versus 3 where you can bypass taunts. We've all faced those irritating, you know, Clone Wars Chewbacca, Stormtrooper Han, Kira, L3 Vandor type teams. You know, the scoundrel stall comps.
Yeah.
And CLS, it's really, really any character that bypasses taunt is extremely useful in this game mode.
And Han and Chewie just destroy.
Yes.
Just destroy. I mean, they can just. It's so stupid. And the great thing about CLS, even like from once Chewie's over there, like, oh, I get a free shot. it's so ridiculous. You know. Plus, you got Chewie, who can sit there with his AOE, remove debuffs, or I'll remove all the buffs. It's a potent team. I mean, that's the team you definitely want for offense because it's just like put in your back pocket. Like if you need to get it's like I guess I'll use CLS here. Okay, that's a win. So yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah. So we're talking shop. We're talking crit avoidance shop here in the chat.
Yes, we are.
Crit avoidance shop. I mean, crit avoidance is the most useless mod in the game. Let's be real. Okay.
No, a defense arrow is far less important than a crit avoidance arrow.
Oh yeah.
How about accuracy? How about the accuracy?
That's yeah.
Actually, I used to use it on Stick Ray. I used to use it on Stick Ray back in the day.
Stick Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she needed it back then. Yeah, she would miss a lot, and that really helped in the early TWs.
Yeah, when B2 was relevant, like when he was a standalone character, accuracy arrow was a must for him for those Darth Maul teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's about the only time I've ever really used one.
All right, but that is our number 3 leader for the 3v3 arena in Grand Arena. Now we're moving along to our number 2 character. And that is Darth Revan.
Oh, Revan's number 2. Interesting.
Yeah, Darth Revan is number. This is you guys know what number 1 is. It's 1A and 1. I was doing this list and we were kind of excited about it. Then it ended up being, you know, the 5 best. You know, pretty generic.
I'm pretty sure I know who you got number.
Yeah, but Darth Revan, I did go number 2.
Yeah, you can flip the script. You can flip.
This is 1B. 1B here. Is Darth Revan. It just he's useful in 3 versus 3, and you can get if you have like a Sith Marauder, Sith Trooper, HK, these characters all can kind of go in with Darth Revan, and you kind of split your Malak off, especially if you got a good Sith Trooper. DR is awesome. I mean, he's got the fear, which completely neutralizes the entire team if there's no free taunt. You know, so and there are very, very few characters that anybody has not named Rex, you know, that are going to be
right.
Than Darth Revan. You know, it's very difficult to go before Darth Revan unless your Darth Revan is faster. So it's
I'm kind of surprised that you only have a Relic 3 Revan. That means Maurice is definitely just interested in like
you don't need a high Relic Darth Revan to.
No.
Maurice is definitely
you need the mods. Yeah, you need the mods, not necessarily the Relic.
Maurice is definitely interested in like those hodgepodge teams. Like like he definitely does not relic up his high end characters.
Well, no, it just I didn't invest in them too heavily, simply because Gas had just come out when Relics came out. So if you look at my clones, I've got Relic 7.5s, Cody. I've almost got Relic 7 Arc Trooper. I went for the next meta instead of the
previous one, right? That makes sense.
The two characters that benefit the most from Relics. Revan, you can go Relic 1 and he's fine because you've already gotten the speed out of it. Maybe a little bit more damage. He's not going to be your damage dealer. He's more crowd control. It's Malik and it's Bastila. Those are the two that really, because Bastila, when she gets past Relic 3, when she does her, if you got Shock on the board and she does her thing, she'll one shot a team. It's stupid.
What do you think?
Marauder's pretty good too with his Relic. And Malik.
Yeah.
Would you think that now the list of top 5 characters to Relic 7 would be different than it was the first month when Relics came out?
Oh yeah, because of the clones. The clones have changed everything. The clones by themselves are nasty. Shock T on a Rex-led clone team, if they're Relic, they're stupid. And if you're left in a conundrum, because if you go after Rex first because you're afraid he's going to get his shot off, and you kill him and you kill 5s, okay. But then if you have Relic, Arc Trooper, and Echo, they're going to eat your shit for lunch. They will hit you so freaking hard because of 5 sacrifice itself. But then trying to kill that Relic 5s is no easy task either. It's a pain in the ass team. Clones are super badass Relics. I've seen some crazy damage numbers from Echo and Arc Trooper. It's just, good God. I've seen him one-shot characters. I was like, oh my God.
Like Arc special where you give the droid to a character, like that move itself will one-shot you. It's like it just, you take out a character with that one move. It can hit for 80k plus.
It's like oh my God.
Yeah.
It's pretty nasty.
And that's why we have, probably everyone knows who number 1 is. That's why he's number 1.
So another question in the chat was Shy Bears. Well, it wasn't actually a question. He said, we need to see Jedi Knight Alec, which is the Jedi version of Malik in the game. Do you think we could ever see him to kind of help Revan become relevant again? Jedi Revan.
Yeah, Alec, originally was a very... he was the general besides Revan that fought the Mandalorians. It's not canon, but it's legend, and it's very in depth. So they could easily do a Jedi. I actually have more understanding of a Jedi Knight Alec than I do a Jedi.
Well, Revan is canon now, so they part of the visual dictionary for the Rise of Skywalker. The Sith troopers in the movie are separated in legions, and the legions are named after ancient Sith. Right, and the upper echelon Sith troopers are part of the Revan Legion.
Oh, there you go.
So, whether it's the same character that we know, they could make Revan be completely different than we know him to be in the game or even in the expanded universe. But they canonized Revan and Tanis and Tenebris.
Oh, that's cool.
So they're like officially ancient Sith, and again, I'm not going to go into much more, but it's cool because at least the name. So in the canon now, there was an ancient Sith Lord named Darth Revan, 100% confirmed. So that's canon now. So right. that's kind of cool. But
if they ever did Jedi Knight Alec, I would totally on board with it. And there's enough imagery and stuff that they've totally.
It's not spoilers. Stop it.
That's not spoilers. Get the.
All right. All right.
Yeah, they're on you tonight, boy. They're on you.
And our number 1 surprise character that is the best character to lead a team in 3v3 Grand Arena is General Skywalker. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, he's very difficult to beat. if they have Relic 7, you're like, yes, I got 5 down. Yes, I got the other clone down. And then And then Anakin just one-shot your whole team.
He gets very angry.
Yep.
But even under geared, even if you guys have like a gear 9, gear 10, he's still incredibly useful to help you with Night Sisters. Everyone plays a team.
Yeah, I mean, especially on offense, Gas is stupid. Oh my God, is he? Defense, he's really good too. It's still a pain in the ass to deal with the G. And since he's really kind of technically your tank, you go with like a Rex and Echo on that team. I actually use a Shock T Arc Trooper 5s combination for my other 3s with the other clones for offense, and I put my Gas down on defense, and he gives people fits, man. He really does.
So basically, I mean, that's why Darth Revan is 1B and Gas is 1A. Darth Revan, you have the fear mechanic, and Gas for no other reason, it completely neutralizes any revive mechanic. That includes all the Night Sisters. That includes Jolie, any sort of revive at all, with the exception of the Night Sister zombie, I guess. But it just completely nullifies. It's such a strong defensive sort of comp. I would assume it works against Vandor Chewbacca as well, but I mean, I don't. If I use Gas,
his AOE, his AOE days, and then you got the other 2 on offense doing their AOEs. Rex is Rex. He's going to take one out. So it's just a nasty ass team. And there's lots of different combinations. I've seen lots of different combinations with Gas on offense and defense. It's stupid.
One of the other characters that they created in the book that's cool is also they created an ancient Sith that was the creator of that temple on Malachor in Rebels. So that girl that's speaking to Kanan and Ezra in the show.
Is it just me, or is it we're talking about Gas and Remon's still on the?
I love this crap. Okay,
I missed the memo here. Or something?
Listen, I'm sorry. I love this crap. Okay, and I'm sitting here still in the mode of talking
we're
about.
Talking about 3v3, and you're still in the Sith. I mean, what you want Tulak Ward next? What the hell's wrong with you?
No, Gas is. Listen, Gas is awesome. I'm not going to get him. Okay, and I'm a little disappointed about it. All right, so but
you didn't even try, man.
I'm a little disappointed about it.
I'm disappointed. Get the hell out of here. You didn't even try.
No, so I mean, when we first thought about this list, I guess Maurice and I were kind of thinking it was going to be, I guess a better way to make this list, which would be more interesting, would be kind of underrated leaders for Grand Arena. Because there are some teams that maybe aren't the best teams for 3v3, but they can beat some of the better teams for 3v3 if they're modded correctly, etc. Right? So there are some underrated teams that you could possibly. So we'll make another list eventually of that. But these are the best teams for 3v3 Grand Arena. And who is our honorable mention here, Maurice?
Padme.
No. This one we got.
Really, Padme didn't get in there.
Wow.
No, Padme didn't get in there. I threw in General Hux as the honorable mention.
Interesting.
Just being an ass.
That's biased.
No. General Hux, you go first. You win. The end. You put General Hux, First Order Executioner, and a well-developed First Order TIE Pilot. You will one-shot with that assist any character in the game.
I see that you wailed out this guy. You wailed him out.
No, that came for free.
Yeah.
And actually, I got the Hyperdrive bundle. Gave me a 7-star Hux. So.
Congratulations.
He is absolutely phenomenal in 3 vs 3. Is he the best 5 vs 5 lead? Probably not. But 3 vs 3 characters can't counter. You can't counter your characters. Counter your characters have a 50% damage boost on their basic attack. He has an assist move that does even more damage on top of the bonus. It's absolutely incredible the amount of damage you can shed out with Hux. Is he the best? Is he the 6th best lead? Probably not. But we, like Ramon said, we did this list, and it ended up being incredibly boring and pretty generic. So I had to throw something in here.
Well, that's interesting because I really thought Padme. I mean, Padme, Kenobi, and
Padme should be honorable mention. But the problem with Padme in 3 vs 3 is it's kind of difficult to build up the huge stacks of courage because you only have 2 characters. You can't.
You start off by Obi's retribution and you know, I mean, once Anakin gets going, because he's going to get the protection going with his AoE. That's why I always do it first. But I mean, it's a nasty 3v3 for any team.
So,
and,
so who would you guys say is a Hux lead the best counter for? And what three people would you? What other two characters would you put with Hux?
Any Shock T team, any clone team. Well, any Shock team that doesn't include fives, which you guys are probably seeing a lot. Hux destroys it. They can't counter, and you basically just pick whoever you want and one shot them with the assist move. It's pretty incredible. Beats anything that Hux goes first. Basically, any team that Hux can go first, you got a good shot at winning. And yes, mine is well developed here, but I don't think you necessarily need it. You guys can take him to Gear 12 and 3-star. First Order Executioner is unbelievable under Hux.
Crazy.
He hits so hard. It is. I don't know. I don't. He hits harder than Han Solo. Like I don't think I have a character with a single target damage as Fox is under Hux. It's pretty incredible.
So you'd say First Order Executioner, Hux, and
First Order TIE Fighter pilot.
That's a good one.
FO First Order Special Forces TIE Fighter pilot, right? Not FOTP.
Now FO either one. Well, Special Forces TIE pilot is very, very good as well because he's got that stun that you can call another assist on. And remember that if you Hux calls his assist, and then First Order TIE pilot, Special Forces TIE pilot can target Fox and call Fox to assist. Now Fox is assisting with a 50% damage bonus on his already absurd basic attack. It's pretty, with a stun on top, just in case you leave a little bit of health left. Like the damage output is incredible. It's the sixth best team though, but you
can use OG FOTP.
Yes, but the only problem with FOTP is if there's a pre-taunt, FOTP is squishy, so he will
too squishy.
He'll get one turn and die. Even Hux at Gear 12 3-star, I bet Hux at Gear 11 3-star is probably more tanky than First Order TIE pilot. He is a squishy blast cannon. Yeah, so First Order Stormtrooper is okay. He's all right, but by the time the other team's going to go before First Order Stormtrooper gets to taunt.
Kind of like Stick Ray. I wonder how much damage a Relic 7 FOTP does.
Not as much as a lot of other characters. It does a lot of damage, but it's not. When you look at the damage modifiers and everything with this, it's really good, but when you compare it to other characters that go to Relic 7 and you look at the damage and the damage modifiers, like say, for instance, I'm just throwing out there Han, and you look at something like that, there's a reason why certain characters need to go Relic and higher Relic than other characters, because the damage they do is just stupid. And it's not that the other characters won't do good damage, they will, and it'll be effective, but it's just not as effective as
it would be cool if they actually made FOTP's basic attack triple tap again, but on purpose this time. Yes.
Yeah, like his damage just really tails off the height. Like the gear levels, he's amazing at like low gear levels, and it just kind of tapers off all the way up to where he's not even really doesn't even hit that hard at Gear 12. Like it's just like that was kind of underwhelming. But we'll see. I don't have a Gear 13 or Relic TIE pilot. I don't know if that'd be any good. I have no idea. But
I think mine are 12, but I just don't.
I never got to enjoy TIE pilot. Like he was a whale character.
No one did.
He was a whale. He was a whale character when the game first came out, and then I wanted him so bad. And then I got him to 7 stars finally. And then when I finally got him to 7 stars, he was already irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was like I never got to enjoy my FOTP.
It's all right. These things happen.
The first 2 months of the game, though, he was number 1.
He was years ago when you start. I don't know if they do it anymore, but you started the game and that first Chromium you buy, the single pack was a guaranteed unlock, and mine was TIE pilot. I used him at 1 or 2 star for months in arena with my 4-star Kylo Ren. Yeah.
4-star Kylo Ren?
Right.
Yeah, Kylo Ren. 4-star Kylo Ren back then was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But that is our top 5 leaders for 3v3 Grand Arena. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please do leave a like on the video. Please do leave any comments about this type of content and share any thoughts on future top 5s that you'd like to see. Also, it does help the channel if you subscribe and do click on the bell icon for notifications when we go live. So all those things are great. Obviously, Ranger thinks that this is hilarious.
I was reading what Rooster wrote. When they pissed stream went off of making FB, he decided to stop.
This is true. This is true.
That's
I'll show them.
That's a great meme right there. That's a perfect meme right there.
Yeah, by making FOTP relevant, I was very disappointed about FOTP. Yeah, I mean, I've always tried to figure out a way to use him after that, and he's unusable. But
FOTP and Darth Maul remonts ilk of his hatred.
Listen, guys, they could restart the game and go back to the beginning where, Qui-Gon Jinn just rules the meta, and I would be totally fine with that. Okay? I would be totally okay with that. I would be fine. All right? Just let's restart. He is a good pilot. Yeah.
Okay, we get it.
He's a good pilot. Okay. All right, but that is our top 5. So we're gonna go back to the game here, and while we do that, this is our typical time where we do our Q&A segment of the stream. So for those of you that have any questions that you'd like to have answered, any topics you'd like to discuss, now will be the time to type those into the chat. We'll scoop them up and we'll try to discuss them here before we wrap up the stream. Yeah, any comments or any questions that you have, fire away, and we'll go ahead and wrap that up now.
Jedi Cuddy,
yeah.
Can we see top 5 of
Well, we know what the number 1 would be. It'd be that 16 speed on Kenobi.
Number 1 is that 16 speed on Kenobi for sure.
Like in your defense, for a purple mod, that might be the very best 4-dot mod in the entire game.
Right? Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's purple too, man. Yeah, it's good. It's good. That is a good mod. So. No, but I think that's the only 16 speed 4-dot mod that I have. I think that I've based my whole argument on that.
Oh, so all the other ones were lies.
Of course.
Truth comes out.
No, 4-dot mods are the way to go, guys. Screw the system.
If you want to get punched in the butt, go with 4-dot mods. You heard it here first.
Delete all your 5 dots and just level up your 4 dots.
Sure, that's brilliant information there. All right, Elon, go play with your crayons in the corner. Go over there. There you go.
All right.
If you guys got questions, get them in. We really don't have too many questions. Just a whole bunch of people cussing you out for spoiling all the blockbusters of the holidays.
Guys, there's no spoilers here.
It's crazy.
You got
spoilers.
It's crazy.
You got. I have not seen you get that excited.
It's crazy.
I thought you were gonna spill everything. You leaned back in your chair and you got real excited. I thought the whole finale, the season finale, was coming out. Just we were gonna talk about it.
I kept wanting to say something, but man, I was laughing so damn hard.
Hey man, it's
I couldn't say a word.
The Mandalorian is awesome. Okay, and you guys should just watch it. All right.
Just watch the.
Ouchie Dumpling asks, question: did we spoil Cats yet?
No, I haven't seen that movie.
Ironically,
I've seen the Broadway play, which I love. I have not seen the movie, nor am I going.
Now, get this. I was unable to see Star Wars due to my 11-year-old sister niece. We went to see Cats instead.
I'm sorry.
Oh, man. It is not a good... It's not
I heard it wasn't very good.
No, it's just one of those things where they're trying to translate a Broadway classic into movies, and sometimes that works, and sometimes it just does.
It's been years and years and years since I've seen the play, so I mean, my recollection is a little off, but there seemed to be a couple things that came directly from the play, and then they just went completely off script.
Yeah,
with some of the
they
other
went a little
stuff.
bit different. It's not like because they did years ago with Gerald Butler and a bunch of really good named actors, and it was phenomenally good. So sometimes it works, but sometimes it doesn't. Yeah,
I will say the main actor and actress, they're not like, there's a lot of popular Taylor Swift and Jason Derulo and somebody like, some other more famous people are in it, but the two main stars were very, very good. They were very talented.
You can in any movie you're going to find certain like performances you're like, wow, that was really good, but then the rest of the movie you're like, what a waste.
It was not good. I didn't enjoy it. I fell asleep for a few minutes. Actually, no, my dad gave me the little elbow in the ribs, like, because I was snoring. It's just like, get off.
You know a movie I went to go see last night that was really good? It was a movie called Knives Out by Rian Johnson, actually. It was pretty good. It's like Clue. It's like old school, like murder mystery style.
Oh, Knives Out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I really want to see that.
Good. Oh,
I really want to see that.
It's good. I was skeptical because of the whole Rian Johnson thing, but he actually did a really good job.
But all his movies besides The Last Jedi, which is controversial.
Don't do it! Okay, Rian Johnson sucks!
Really?
All right?
Movies, I mean, if you go back and watch his movies, they're really good. It just didn't work as well for The Last Jedi. So that's all. But you can't just judge one. I mean, sometimes directors will make phenomenal movies, but they're going to have some.
I was having this conversation yesterday, actually, about Rian Johnson's movie, and just quickly, I want to add that we did miss a super chat. That was D Perks said that Ramon is correct. This is way back when I was talking about the fact that if you haven't seen the movie yet, that you should get out there and watch it.
Yes.
But just wanted to add what I was saying about Rian Johnson. I think that the movie was a good movie. It's just not what I wanted from a Star Wars movie. So
that's the biggest thing. He did what he wanted, and
I mean, so everybody, going to Star Wars, when you have an intellectual property like this, you have expectations, right? And he wanted to change the way that you make Star Wars movies. He
wanted to change a lot of stuff, and I give him credit for. Some of them worked for me, and some of them just did not work. And the whole Canton like stuff just does not work. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I really liked about The Last Jedi, and then there's some stuff I'm like, no. It just doesn't work.
I understand that he was trying to make Luke like the Obi-Wan of this saga, right? But what I'm trying to say is that I don't think that Luke and Alec Guinness are at the same stages of their life in this movie, and I think that they could. I think it was a missed opportunity.
They're the same age. They're the same age as Alec Guinness did Star Wars. Luke was pretty much the same age as he was doing The Last Jedi. Isn't that crazy?
That is kind of crazy, but I mean, I think it was a missed opportunity not to see Luke do more in the saga. You know what I'm saying?
I know. There's a lot we can get into, but But yeah, The Witcher was really good. I'm reading chat. I love The Witcher. God,
I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah.
I started watching that one.
God,
it's great.
So good, man. It is really phenomenal. I'm not going to spoil it, but god damn, that was fantastic. They nailed it.
The Witcher is great.
Because I never played the games. I did read books. I think I played one game, but it wasn't quite the same as the books. I know they're following the books more. But yeah, that story.
Oh, the game's awesome.
I love the way they did the series and the way they did character development in this. There's some slow parts into it, but you have to get through it because it's character development. You have to really get through some of that, but they nailed the characters. I mean, so good. If you haven't seen,
I think Cavill is great as Geralt. I think he's a great.
Yeah, he's done a great job.
Yeah, I think he's great as Geralt.
Yeah, and I think he's nailing the character. Some asshole on Entertainment Tonight or whatever that gave The Witcher an F, and then I read through it and I heard some stuff about it, and I went and looked. He only watched like one, and he skipped a bunch of episodes and stuff, and gave the series an F. Go to hell!
Yeah.
How do you not watch the entire series and then judge it? I understand. Look, stuff's subjective. Like film and shows are subjective. I mean, you may watch Witcher and be like, I don't really like this, and I get it, and it's totally cool. People have different taste in things that they like to watch, right? So there's just some people like reality TV. I can't stand reality.
Yeah.
But I do understand what people like. So we've all got to taste the stuff. But there's been some of that stuff here lately where it's like, wait, you didn't watch the thing and you gave it an F? Like, what the?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
If you have no concept of The Witcher, you never played the game, never read the books, you probably think the character itself is really dry, but he nails it. He's identical to the way he's portrayed in the game.
Absolutely nails it. And the progression of him through the series, you see the connections he's making, and that's what makes it so good. I mean, there's one scene, and I'm not going to spoil it, but there's one scene where he really shines. You see that transitioning happen in the series, and I really encourage people to go watch The Witcher. It is fantastic. I thought it was fantastic.
They've actually, if you guys have PlayStation, I'm not sure if it's on Xbox, but they have a holiday deal right now. It's like $15, maybe $20. You get Witcher 3 and all of the DLC. And I mean, if you guys are into like open worlds, if you guys like Skyrim, I would highly recommend Witcher 3.
Yeah, Witcher's really good.
Oh, it's so good.
It's a phenomenal world.
It's a great game.
Yeah, it's fantastic. The game's great. The books were really good. If you haven't read the books, get them on Audible if you don't read. I mean, but just the writing's fantastic. It gets really in depth with the character, and I mean,
we are transitioning into next week. It's going to be the Alliance Witcher live show.
So weird story thing here.
So no. But listen, The Witcher is great. I think Henry Cavill does a great job. I think that the other characters like Yennefer are great and Ciri are great.
Well, on this break, I've had a chance to actually. I've been watching, so I've watched The Expanse. That's a phenomenal series. I watched the second Jack Ryan.
Did you watch The Boys?
Jack Ryan. I've seen the first season, and The Boys is amazing. The Boys is amazing.
Can't wait for that second season. I cannot wait. I check once a week.
But Jack Ryan season 2 was phenomenal. I lived in that world, so
Jack Ryan is great. I've only seen the first 3 episodes of season 2 yet. So
just wait. It gets better and better.
I love that first season. That they filmed that the story in the first season was done so well. It's not just like because it's Jack Ryan and it's. I think that the way that they kind of sympathized with the villain in the first season.
Watchmen, I forgot I watched that. It's really good.
Watchmen's really good too. Yeah,
I love that comic book. I read that many years ago. Then the movie came out, and I thought it was great. And the new series on HBO has been fantastic too.
There are a lot of
so much good stuff to check out now, man. It's so good.
A lot of great shows. You know what is one of my favorite shows, and it's actually on YouTube Premium. Is this show called Impulse, right? And it's with.
I've been getting tagged for that. I haven't seen it yet.
Impulse is part of the Jumper universe. So if you remember that other movie that that Hayden Christensen made, where he was able to teleport.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's
the only thing I've seen on YouTube was the new Karate Kid series, which I've loved.
Well, that is great.
I love that.
That show is great. That show is great. That's my favorite show. One of my favorite shows too. But they did that great. The Cobra Kai show. That's great. But
I love Cobra Kai.
But they now have 2 seasons. They now have 2 seasons of Impulse. And it's based in the same universe, so it's not about like Hayden Christensen. But there's this girl that she's a jumper, and it kind of dives more into that world. It's a lot more gritty than the movie was, but it's about her and like she's a high school student, and like she's finding out about like these people that want to catch her, and it explains a little bit more about like how Samuel L. Jackson's character in that movie Jumper is like trying to catch these jumpers and kill them, but there's more explanation about this cult of people that's chasing the jumpers. It's a cool show.
We're not talking about the Mandalorian race. Love it. Just not going to spoil it. Get out of here.
We will soon, though. We will soon. I do want to talk about the Mandalorian soon enough.
Yes.
We can have a whole spoiler talk about the Mandalorian, and we can have a whole spoiler talk about the Rise of Skywalker. But we have to title it spoilers. So I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna have people watching this and get surprised with stuff that they don't want to see. But
it's been nice though being on vacation where I don't have to listen to Finn talk about Baby Yoda over and over and over.
Spoilers for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, stick Rey. Get her.
No.
Relic 7. and delete. Spoilers of Jumper now. What the F? Just kidding. Jumper came out 20 years ago, okay? Hayden Christensen, that was his last movie, okay? Shouldn't have been, all right? Shouldn't have been. As a matter of fact, that's part of the spoiler discussion for The Rise of Skywalker.
Don't do it.
I'm so pissed.
God damn it.
But still, nonetheless, yes, we're spoiling Jumper. So that was cool. Do you remember a movie called The Number 2 or The Number 6? Or it was about a kid that had powers too, and then they were supposed to make sequels for it, but they never did.
He was like number 4.
I am number 5 or
the number 4.
Number 5 or number 4, something like that. Yep. I am number 4.
I am number 4. Yeah.
I am number 4.
That was actually a cool premise, but they never.
Never followed up on it.
Well, it didn't do well.
It just didn't do well. So I mean, there's a lot of movies that have that potential, but if they don't do big, the studios are just like.
Or it could just be like Unbreakable and have a sequel come out 15 years later, just randomly, unexpectedly.
I love it.
Just like, wait, what just happened? Like you watch this this other movie, and then all of a sudden, at the very end, you're like, oh, wait a second, I know that guy. Just then, all of a sudden,
like, I'm that guy.
Wait a second, oh, yeah, but
all right, I think we need to wrap it up.
Yes.
All right, guys. So if there are no more conversations, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. I could talk about The Rise of Skywalker forever too. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for the donation, DSP. Thank you for the donation, D Perks, and thank you for everybody for joining us here and kind of sharing your thoughts and being live in the chat. This was a great show. It was a lot of fun. And again, I apologize about the inconsistency with the show, guys. I was kind of busy with the holidays, so I wasn't really around a lot. And, we kind of, I want to make sure that when we do the show, we have everybody together, or at least try the best we can.
I was super sick either last week or the week before. I was sick as hell. There's no way I could have stayed up this late. That was super bad, super sick. But
yeah, so we couldn't do it a couple weeks. Sometimes the stars don't align, but we will be back next Sunday, and I will try to get my spoiler review for The Rise of Skywalker up. I tried all week and I couldn't get it done, so hopefully this week I can get it done. Maybe tonight I can get some time in to record it. But either way, that's coming. And what's going on with you guys this week? So what's up with Operation Metaverse this week, Maurice?
Because Tuesday is New Year's Eve, we're going to stream actually on Thursday. We did miss last week because it was Christmas Eve, so having a Tuesday night stream has been difficult for the holiday season. But so we'll be going Thursday for that. So if I won't see you guys, if I don't talk to you guys here in the panel, I hope everybody has a good, safe, and happy New Year's. So yeah, and for future reference, you guys learned tonight, if you do not ask questions in the chat, we will just sit here and talk about TV shows for 30 minutes. So
you have done that yourself, Anakin.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into you guys here in a second, but we do have one question here from GK3. He asks, he said, "Hey, my resliced or my relic clones got cleared by G12 Wigs and Stormtrooper Han. Do you think that's cheating?"
Yes.
That would be difficult. Yes.
Wigs and Stormtrooper Han against Gear 12 clones?
No.
Especially if it was like the Powerhouse 3, 5's Rex and Echo or something like that. Or
that seems like cheating, yeah.
If the Stormtrooper Han was Gear 13 and Relic 7, maybe. But possibly. I don't know. Probably not.
I just don't know.
I would think, one, if you have a Relic... Oh, you don't have Skywalker. But still, I think...
But even Rex lead with 5s and Echo, if it's Gear 12 versus a Wigs. Yeah.
Echo's AoE, Relic. Relic Echo AoE should have wiped out at least wedge.
Yeah, it would have crushed them. Yeah. So,
but for those of you that are football fans and your team made the playoffs, enjoy the rest of the season and the playoffs. Unfortunately, I get to sit back and just be a spectator, which I would be anyway, even if my team was in the playoffs. But nonetheless, it should be cool. And for those of you that we won't get to speak to, during the rest of the week, have a happy New Year's, have a happy holidays. Now, what's going on with Reality Skewed Gamers this week, Ranger?
Not much. Me and Finn are basically out till Wednesday, so there probably won't be any lunch streams, things of that nature, because we're out of town. We're doing stuff for the family and stuff, but we'll come back through the new year and get back into our normal stuff. I mean, it's the holidays, and we try to get streams in, but it's hard when you're trying to Christmas and New Year's and stuff, and trying to get streams in. So
you guys are so busy. You probably use a little break.
I looked at how much streaming I've done this year. It was just ridiculous. So, but yeah, so a little bit of a break, and then back full fledged. Probably not this week, but maybe next week. Well, definitely next week. We'll be up and running. I may try to do some streaming later this week if I can. So not much going on.
Okay. And what about Boba's Alliance, Boba's podcast, Abby?
We'll be recording this next Saturday.
Okay.
And try to squeeze it in between a bunch of meetings that I got to do, but it needs to be done this next weekend.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So make sure to check out their content. If you guys aren't already subscribed to their channels, there's links in the description of this live show to go check out their channels. Definitely make sure to check out Maurice and TMoney's stream on Tuesday nights, Wednesday night stream with Reality Skewed Gamers and Ranger and Finn, and then of course whenever Avi and the Boba's Alliance drop a podcast, make sure to go check those out. Abner, screw you guys, I'm going home. Okay, the Redskins suck, and you guys should definitely draft a quarterback instead of Chase Young. Absolutely. You guys should replace Haskins. 100%. Let Chase Young drop, please. But yeah, so I wish everybody a healthy and happy New Year, and I hope everybody has a great holiday season. For those of you that haven't celebrated your holiday yet, some Orthodox Christians are celebrating Christmas in the beginning of the new year on January 6th, like my dad's side of the family. So Greek Orthodox, anybody. So Merry Christmas, upcoming to you guys. But again, we'll see you guys next Sunday, same time, same place. May the force be with everyone, and have a great and happy holidays. Later, everybody.